Have you ever wondered why a new team member quits the business? Have you ever thought to yourself, what could I do to have prevented it? So let's break it down exactly what's going on behind the scenes and how to stay in the game long enough to win. I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered why a new team member quits the business? Have you ever thought to yourself, what could I do to have prevented it? People don't quit because it's hard. They quit because they feel alone or they get lost. And if you've ever felt yourself slipping, maybe questioning whether this business is for you, I want you to know right now it's not your ability that's the problem. It could be your support and it could be your willingness to step outside your comfort zone. So today we're going to fix that. Welcome back, my friend. I'm so glad you're here because this is a conversation every single person in direct sales should hear, whether they are a leader or they're a brand new team member or anyone in between, because we're talking about why new team members quit. And more importantly, how to prevent it from happening to you or your team. Because the truth is, most people who quit didn't fail. They simply didn't know what to expect. They might not have had the support. Maybe no one taught them how to manage the emotional side of entrepreneurship. So let's break it down exactly what's going on behind the scenes and how to stay in the game long enough to win. The biggest shock in the beginning for a new direct sales business is entrepreneurship versus expectations. So let's be honest. Most people join direct sales with excitement. They're imagining the extra income, the community, the flexibility, the success stories that they hear. But what happens? Soon reality hits and it doesn't look like anything they pictured because entrepreneurship, real entrepreneurship, is messy. Nobody tells you you might not get orders right away, or that maybe your warm market might ignore your very first post, or that there will be days you doubt everything. You'll have to learn skills you've never used before. That there will be times you will feel uncomfortable. This shock, this moment when expectations collide with reality, that is when many new team members mentally start to check out. Not because they can't do it, but because they weren't prepared for what growth feels like. Entrepreneurship is not instant gratification. It's identity transformation. And that transformation can feel hard if you're doing it alone. Once reps learn that success is a process, not a moment, they stop quitting so quickly. So let's talk about the fear of rejection and the fear of visibility. Let's talk about one of the biggest unspoken fears, and that is being seen. You see, new team members often think the biggest fear will be selling the product, but it's not. The real fear is, what will people think of me? Will they judge me? What if I fail and everyone will know it? What if one person buys or no one buys? So the visibility part is intimidating. It exposes their insecurities. It stretches their comfort zone. And it brings up old stories about not being good enough. And here's the truth. Fear of rejection is usually just fear of embarrassment. People aren't afraid someone will say no. They're afraid someone will see that they got the no. Top earners feel the same fear. They just don't make decisions based on it. When new team members get reassurance, coaching, and permission to be imperfect, their confidence skyrockets, their results improve, and quitting becomes less tempting. Another reason new team members quit, they don't know what to do. It's not that they don't want to work, it's that they don't know how to work. No clear steps, no special checklists or scripts. Maybe they didn't have enough training. Maybe there were no expectations of what they need to do for their next step. And instead, their recruiter just says, you know what, just go settle some stuff, just go share some stuff. And then we wonder why they feel lost. The truth is simple. People don't fail from lack of motivation. They fail from lack of clarity, and clarity builds confidence. Confidence builds action. and action builds consistency. Consistency builds momentum, and momentum is what prevents new team members from quitting. If you're a leader, your system for working with new team members is everything. If you're a new team member, ask for a simple plan from your recruiter. Just a few clear steps to get yourself moving. Now, let's talk about the killer of dreams, and that is comparison. You see, someone who earned a car, made a move up the career path fast, or has a huge team, and suddenly you think, I'm behind, I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. And here's something I want you to know: you are comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You don't know how long they've struggled, and you don't know how many times they broke down in tears, how many failures that built their success, how much personal growth they had to do. We only see the highlight reel. We never see the messy middle. Comparison steals your confidence. It steals your focus. It steals your joy. And joy is fuel in this business. So here's the shift. Instead of comparing, observe. Instead of envying, learn. Instead of shrinking, stretch. When you stay in your own lane, you stay in the game. So, what does a good support system look like from a recruiter and for their new team members? Remember, most people don't quit because the business is hard. They quit because they tried to do it alone and they need support. So, here's what that looks like. The first 24 hours of a new team member's business is critical. They need a simple first steps plan. Maybe a little bit of emotional prep conversations to prepare them that not everyone will be as supportive as their new business as they think people will be. And that's okay because we've all been there. A new team member should have a recruiter or leader who communicates regularly, someone who answers questions, gives directions, and keeps you focused. A community, even one person who is running with you makes achieving those steps seem more fun. Maybe the recruiter herself could take the same challenge of a new consultant's new team members' first steps with her new team member, and they could do it together. People quit silently when they feel alone loudly. Accountability check ins, those are also important, but make sure that there's no pressure, instead, support. Having a celebration culture is also important. You need people to clap for the small wins. That's what builds confidence. New team members need the space to ask silly questions with no judgment, no shame, just growth. Support removes isolation, and isolation is where quitting grows. Support creates stability, and stability is where confidence grows. When you build your support system for your new team members, you will build your success quickly. If you are new or someone who wants a do over, before you ever think about quitting, decide to rewire your support. The business isn't asking you to be perfect, just to be connected, supported, and committed. If this spoke to you, if you're planning to stay in the game and grow through personal growth in your business, let me be part of your support system in your direct sales business. Simply subscribe, like this video, and go to my YouTube channel to find more information about success solutions for your direct sales business. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope you're having an amazing direct sales day.